Welcome to Living the Quran through the Living Quran, produced by the QAIM Institute. In this podcast, we are delivering the commentary of the Noble Quran as authored by Shaykh Mohsin Qaraati in his Tafseer-e Noor. Today we continue where we left off in our previous discussion. However, in the face of all of this, we see that 3 times in the Quran, God has promised to ensure that Islam will be victorious over all other religions. In the first instance, seen in chapter 9, Surat al-Saff, verse 33, God talks about the victory of Islam and says,
هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون.
It is He who has sent His apostle with the guidance and the religion of truth, that He may make it prevail over all religions, though the polytheists should be averse. The second instance is in chapter 48, Surat al-Saff, verse 28, in which there is another promise of the victory of Islam, in which God says,
هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا.
It is He who has sent His apostle with guidance and the true religion, that He may make it prevail over all other religions, and God suffices as a witness. A third promise from God of the success of Islam is contained in chapter 61, Surat al-Saff, verse number 9, in which God says,
هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون.
It is He who has sent His apostle with the guidance and the religion of truth, that He may make it prevail over all religions, though the polytheists should be averse. And without a doubt, God is truthful when He promises and will act accordingly, as He says in chapter 30, Surat al-Rum, verse number 6.
وعد الله لا يخلف الله وعده ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون.
This is a promise of Allah. Allah does not break His promise, but most people do not know. In addition, God also says in the Quran in chapter number 21, Surat al-Hajj, verse 47,
وَيَسْتَعْجِلُونَكَ بِالْعَذَابِ وَلَنْ يُخْلِفَ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ وَإِنَّ يَوْمًا عِندَ رَبِّكَ كَأَلْفِ سَنَةٍ مِّمَّا تَعُدُّونَ.
And they, the disbelievers, demand of you to expedite their punishment. God will not fail His promise. Remember, however, that one day with your Lord is sometimes equal to 1,000 years by your counting. When looking at the traditions which are considered as mutawatir, without a doubt we understand that the victory of Islam over all other divinely sent teachings will take place, and that this will be during the time of the advent of Imam al-Mahdi. May God hasten his noble return. Imam Ali, peace be upon him, has been quoted as saying, I take an oath by the one who holds my life in his hand, that there is not a single city that shall remain on the earth, except that every morning and evening the sound of the call to prayer and the 2 testimonies of faith are heard there, morning and evening. The history of Islam has proven the fulfillment of verse 8 of this chapter as the enemy, through ridicule and harassment, economic and social siege, imposition of wars, various internal conspiracies hatched by the hypocrites, formulation of division amongst the Muslims, waging of wars by the Crusaders, the promotion of sin and evil, and the military and political colonization have not stopped even for an instant. And as we have seen, Islam continues to grow stronger and stronger, day after day. Takeaway messages. Message 1. The enemy is constantly thinking of how to extinguish the torch of guidance and the light of God. Point number 2. The Quran is the divine light of God. Point number 3, religion is light, meaning that its substance is cognition, growth, movement, and spiritual warmth. Point number 4, the plans and goals of the enemy as they strive against the truth are all in vain and futile efforts. Point number 5, the most important tool of the enemy to counter Islam is their propaganda. Of course, their plans will not be fruitful. Point number 6, Islam is the perfect and eternal religion. Point number 7, there is no way to oppose the divine will, neither polytheism, shirk, nor disbelief, kufr. Point number 8, disbelief, kufr, and polytheism, shirk, are both equally dissatisfied with the spread of Islam. Point number 9, the apostles are chosen by divine will, they are not chosen by the people. Point number 10, the victory of Islam is due to its authenticity. Point number 11, the future is for the faith of Islam. Point number 12, the teachings of Islam is one of hope. Point number 13, the only time that governance and victory has any value is when it is complete and permanent. Point number 14, other than Islam, all other religions have a history of being time sensitive. It is only Islam that is the eternal school. And point number 15, and we conclude with this for today, is that the factors of the victory of Islam are the following 5. A, the divine will and assistance. B, leadership of an infallible, competent personality. C, a religion which looks after the natural needs of society. D, a religion which possesses the truth. And E, it is a comprehensive and complete code of life. Tune in to our next episode of Living the Quran Through the Living Quran, where we'll review verse number 10, 11, and 12 of Surat al-Saff under the theme of an excellent deal. To stay up to date when we release new content, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram under the QAIM Institute. In addition, be sure you subscribe to our podcast station on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, and many other major providers to receive direct updates when we release new content.